And now to the question we've been asking all week long: who will be Time Magazine's Person of the Year? That's right.
Absolutely. For the 10th straight year, we're revealing the answer exclusively. And Nancy Gibbs is Time's editor-in-chief. She's here with us. Nancy, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, you're going to reveal 3, 2, 1. But let's start off with how difficult it was to come up with this person.
This year may have been one of the more straightforward years. Some years it's very hard. Some years we have a pretty passionate debate internally about who really moved the needle and affected events the most. That was not really what the process was like.
Let's count down in reverse order,
Okay.
shall we? Okay, you've done groups in the past,
We
the
have.
whistleblowers, protesters.
Yeah.
At number 3 this year, another group.
It's the hackers. This is a new cybersecurity threat we saw this year of state-sponsored hackers looking to delegitimize an American election. And, you know, Putin has shown in the past a willingness to weaponize information, and this was something new this year and something very disturbing.
At number 2, this was actually the pick of our online viewers in a poll, but this is your number 2, and it is?
Our number 2 was Hillary Clinton, who, by winning the nomination, winning the popular vote, came closer than any woman ever has to winning the White House, and in the process revealed, I think, both the opportunities and the obstacles that women face in the public square.
So that leads us to Time's Person of the Year, and as always, we let you do the honors.
Time's Person of the Year for 2016 is Donald Trump.
Tell us why, other than the obvious.
When have we ever seen a single individual who has so defied expectations, broken the rules, violated norms, beaten not one but 2 political parties on the way to winning an election that he entered with 100-to-1 odds against him? I don't think that we have ever seen one person operating in such an unconventional way have an impact on the events of the year.
And
quite
so
like
dominating
this.
the news cycle. Is this the 6th or the 7th time you put him on the cover this year?
At least the 6th or the 7th, and you know, including when his campaign was in tremendous trouble, and you know, at the beginning of the year when he had emerged out of the pre-primary process, far more dominant than anyone expected.
On the cover, you have their President of the Divided States of America.
That's right. You know, the Person of the Year, as we always remind people, is the person who has had the greatest influence on events, for better or worse. And the fascinating thing this year is I've never seen so much agreement over who had the most influence, or the most disagreement over whether it was for better or worse.
Do you take a stand whether it was for better or worse as a magazine?
The voters took their stand and are continuing to argue about it, and I think we'll be arguing going forward. You know, normally we come out of an election with some willingness to move on, even after, you know, in 2000, George W. Bush was Person of the Year after a very hard-fought and bitter end to an election. We find ourselves in a particularly unusual place as a country this year in the way this election unfolded.
All right, Nancy, thank you. We should
Thanks,
mention
Nancy.
Time's Person of the Year issue will actually be on newsstands Friday. Thank you, Nancy.